Hey everybody, I'm finally filming my national recap video. I had a fantastic show. Talked with some great folks. Had just had a great time. Ate some great food. I don't want to name any names because I'll forget somebody, but yeah, thank you for those of you who said hello and had a conversation with me. I really appreciate it. This will probably be the best national I ever have in terms of pickups. I sold a lot of cards prior to the show, and had a nice amount of money to spend at the show, which you'll kind of see in the cards. So yeah, just happy to share these. Let me just get right into it. This is one that I just picked up because uh, if I ever decide to chase the Sweet Cap 350 Factory 25 Giants team set, I would probably regret not buying this. So yeah, nothing too special here. Our Devlin Sweet Cap 350 Factory 25. Not the hardest Factory 25, but if you think you want to do a back run or anything like that and you see a Factory 25, I suggest you grab it. This was a card I bought from Drew Lefty NDV 10, who I walked most of the show with. Since I've been done with the T206 set, I've kind of done a lot of non-sport, bought other pickups, but I still love the T206 set. It's still my favorite set, and kind of what I'm chasing other than backs is just oddities. So let me pull focus here. You can see a good portion of the name. You can see a little bit of the name. The good portion is on the back, which is the factory number. Drew said he thought that if this was taken out, you could probably see more, because I feel like the holder is like not helping the way that the card is like frayed at the top. So I don't know, some interesting ink transfer, but yeah, I just think the double factory number, with it being there, and then this is part of another back, the card. If you aren't familiar with how these were printed, there would have been another card here, and so just this is an oversized card. It's quite large, so get a little hunk of the next back. Fun one. Thanks, Drew. Another similar oddity in this one. This is obviously one of my favorite cards in the set, being my favorite player, Larry Doyle. This is his portrait in a 2 miscut. This one you get to see more of the name. There's some really weirdness happening. I can see myself eventually freeing this one and maybe sending it to SGC, because I think it would display better in the holder. The way that the PSA, similar to what I said about this one, with it not helping the fray, I feel like SGC would actually be better for this one because the bar is kind of in the way. So I don't know. This is just me rambling. Yeah, most of the name is up there. So, and then there's some funky weirdness that let me see if I can focus the camera. There's like a name at the top. So I'll be looking into that. Maybe I'll do an update video if I find out something interesting about what's going on up there. But yeah, very, very small weirdos here. Didn't see any crazy print errors that were for sale at the National, so happy with those. So next up, I am collecting Z-Nuts of seals, San Francisco seals. If you don't know, I live in the California, San Francisco Bay Area. Baseball in the Major League did not exist on the West Coast, but we did have the PCL. And I've been trying to get a seal from each year. This is the first year of Z-Nuts, being 1911. And I just want an example. So there was a guy who's breaking up a set, and this is Henley into 2. I feel like I got a nice deal on this. This was marked lower than his other ones for some reason, but I really like these. And cool uniform. I like the equipment, the cleats and the glove, and yeah, just a cool card. If you're not familiar with this set, most are completely blank. You occasionally will... I'll have to do a video. There's sometimes a little bit of a logo from the company. So anyway, Henley, far from an expert on those. This next pickup I saw on the first day and then didn't go and buy till the last day. I'm not sure why I didn't buy it. Sometimes I talk myself out of buys. I don't really love the card, honestly, even though I was talking about how I like oddities. I want them on cards that I'm buying them for the oddities, whereas I'm buying this one for the back. This is a Sovereign 350. Chief Myers catching. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else but me, but that's okay. That's why there's so many different ways to collect, because we all got our own weirdness and quirks going on. So anyway, Chief Myers fielding. Happy no one else bought it. I would have regretted that one. Sovereign 350. Didn't have that back. Next up, this is a really fun card. When I bought this, I actually thought I had this combo before, and I initially wasn't interested because when you see a PSA 5, it normally is just, the price is wild. And from the front, I didn't... I initially was like, oh yeah, I mean, it's pretty sharp, it's off center, but you know, not enough to be miscut. But sometimes PSA gets a little weird with the qualifiers. And then Drew and Scott, who was he's a good friend of mine, not on YouTube, but the three of us were walking the show, and they ended up picking out cards, and then I was like, let me join in, I'll take a look at this one. And as it turns out, it's a fun miscut where you can see the start of the next back. Again, you know, I talked about the vertical strips, but there would be a card next to it as well. And so they just were off center when they were cutting it, and you can see the start of the next old mill back. And as I said, you know, I was not expecting to want to pay the premium for a PSA 5, but when I flipped it over, it said $179, and we ended up working on a bulk deal. And you know, this I really thought that was gonna, I thought it was gonna be in the $300 to $400 based on, you know, what other cards were marked at. Next up, this is going to be an obscure issue. I've shown one of these in the past. I own a Larry Doyle. I purchased it probably about 8 years ago, and I regretted not buying the others that were there because they are the only commons I've seen for sale since. There's been some auctions. There was one at Heritage, but I didn't see it when it was going on. And anyway, long-winded explanation, or long-winded to say these are tough. These are tough cards. This is a Giants and Highlanders only set, which also limits the hobby knowledge, just because with it only being 2 teams, it just has like less of a spread, you know. American League collectors, you know, there's no Ty Cobb, there's no Walter Johnson in the set, blah blah. Anyway, this is Fred Snodgrass. Super happy. Andrew at Love of the Game, who also owns a few of these, gave me a heads up, and I just kind of ran over, and I knew I had to work the deal. I cannot remember the dealer's name, but he said he had a dealer try and buy these from him, and he turned them down because he wanted them to go to a collector. And I kind of told him, I was like, well, I think I'm your man on that, because these will probably be with me for 50 years if I can make it that long. This is probably the best one. Highest grade, probably my least favorite condition wise, because I don't like heavy creases like that. But Fred Merkel's just one of my favorite players of this era. I just love this set, man. As I film this video and look at them, they're just so cool. Blank back, really thin stamp paper. I'm tempted to bring this lamp down and shine it through so you guys can see, but that would probably be more trouble than it's worth. Anyway, I don't know if you'll see too many of these Pritchard stamps, and I feel super fortunate to now own 4. I'll have to do a shot of them all together with my Larry Doyle at some point. And then another one of my favorites, Red Murray. It's kind of funny because I was looking at the checklist, and obviously if I could only pick one, it'd be Larry Doyle. But if I had picked like 3 random guys, these would have been damn near the top of the list of what was available. So still would love to add the Chief Myers. This next one, this is just a monster card. This was expensive, but compared to the comps, I really feel like I got a deal. This is Art Devlin in a Hindu, 3.5. I don't need that high grade. I would honestly downgrade this if someone was out there with a nice 1.5 or 2. I would trade for that card in cash. But what a beautiful example this is. Typically, let me pull out the Devlin. I don't know if I should go on this tangent, but this is more indicative of the typical red you will see on the Devlin. However, for reasons unknown, reds come out much lighter and orange on the Hindu backs. This is I'll have to do a video on it. A lot of the Giants have red backgrounds in their portraits that have Hindus, and all my examples have like this red as compared to this. So yeah, just a tangent there, but yeah, what a beautiful card. This would have been enough to make my show, but I have 2 more cards to share. Next up, this was a deal from a collector that I met on Instagram that turned out to be local to me. He posted a for sale video. I was not familiar with his account, and I saw this card on top, and I knew that I wanted it. I feel like this is a gorgeous example for the grade. It's a beautiful card. This is a 2, Christy Mathewson dark cap in an old mill back, which I didn't have. I have an old mill of his white cap, which is a monster tough combo. This one is much easier. There's a little paper loss, which is why it's a 2. Probably should be a 1.5, honestly, but I just feel like it's so nice that PSA was like, okay, here's a 2 despite paper loss. And the paper loss, the card didn't lose any ink. It's like very well located. Anyway, this again, if this was the only card that I picked up, it would have made my show. So yeah, Hall of Fame cards, I believe, is his Instagram handle. Thank you for the deal. This was part of a package deal with Scott. Absolutely love this card. This is an ideal card in the grade for me. Great card. And last but not least, I did not buy this at the show. However, I did buy it when I was in Chicago, so I'm going to count it. Would have happily purchased this at the show and would have paid the price that I paid on Facebook. So yeah, just worked out. I'm going to pretend that I bought it at the National. This is John McGraw, Hall of Fame manager of the Giants, obviously. His no-cap portrait in a Hindu back as well, in an SGC2. This is a very tough combo. The Hall of Fame Hindus, just in my experience, tend to have a little bit higher population because a larger percentage of the ones that exist are graded instead of hanging out in binders. That's not to say there's none in binders, but I was just looking, and this is a really low population Hall of Fame Hindu. And as it turns out, my 10th my 10th Giants Hindu. I'll never finish the team set in Hindu back just because Maddie has 2, but it would be fun to get as many as possible, and this is one that I didn't think I'd own. I probably will do the back run of this card at this point because I have the old mill, which is actually tougher than the Hindu, but that's a story for another video. Yeah, just a monster card. Anyway, just, yeah, again, thankful that I sold the cards that I did because, like I said, you know, these 3 all would have been showmakers for me, and I was able to pick up 3. I sold my Adolfo Luque signed Gaudi, and I sold an old Planter, which is a non-sport card that has just exploded in value, and I bought it when I was 15 as kind of like a novelty. 15 is a guess. I might have been younger. Yeah, anyway, it just got to the point where I couldn't justify keeping it, and it's sold for more than this Matty, which is crazy because it's a guy smoking on a card. So yeah, anyway, yeah, just super grateful. What a great time. The hobby is healthy, and I'm enjoying it so much. Just happy to be in the hobby, happy to have the friends it's made me, and yeah, just trying to be intentional and grateful in my card collecting. Certainly seeing the price that cards at the show were made me just even more thankful to have what I already do. So anyway, I'm rambling now. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I hope that you didn't get sick at the Cohen like me. And if you are, or if you did, I hope you're on the mend. So, all right, everybody, bye.